we assume when a student completes his or her degree, and we assume that he or she will have some these uh, qualities in him or her, and also it is assumed that few after completion of the course, I'll not talk about whole BTech course, I talk about only the subject measurement and instrumentation. So measurement and when the student studies measurement and instrumentation, this course outcomes means that after the completion of the course, the student has learned these points, these things. He will be able to now solve these types of problems or something like that. There are certain outcomes which we expect from a student which are already set, which are already set, and it is expected that the students learn all these points and come out after the completion of the course. So now I in very brief I will start the description of the subject. Yeah. So these are the course outcomes of measurement and instrumentation. The first one is understand the operating principle of electrical and electronics measurement system. But before going to objectives, let me tell you the importance of this subject. This subject is very important for each and every BTech student who is passing in electrical engineering or in any other department, but this subject is since limited to electrical engineering, so I will talk about electrical engineering only. So this subject is very important from that point of view because every experiment, everything requires measurement and instrumentation. Now what is measurement? Measurement is to measure any quantity, right? Any quantity, to measure that quantity is measurement. So how to measure that quantity? For measuring we need instrumentation. So instrumentation is to measure. Instrumentation, in instrumentation again what will come? So for measurement what we need instruments, right? We need devices which will measure. So there are different types of devices. Let me give you a very small example of ammeter. Suppose I want to measure the amount of current flowing in a particular circuit, or let me take a very simple example of our home, our domestic home. So there we know that everybody is consuming power, right? So in everybody's house there is a meter installed which is looked after by the electricity department. So that meter, it shows what is the amount of power consumed by that particular family who is residing in that particular house. In every house one meter is installed. So what is the amount of power that is consumed by that family in a duration of time, that will give you energy. So what is the amount of energy consumed by the particular family will be given by the energy meter. The energy meter will give you the value. Otherwise, if energy meter is not there, there will be no record of who is consuming how much of power, right? So it is very important for billing purpose, say, or just to have a look, have just to have a record of how much power is required to be produced. Like if the power is consumed by each and every home, and this power is produced from generating stations, so that means the power which we are consuming, that is our demand, right? And the demand is fulfilled by the generating station. So this gap between generation and demand will have to be fulfilled. So what is the amount of power needed by the consumer? So there has to be a record of how much power is being consumed. So for that purpose, energy meter is installed in each and every home or each and every different residential building, if I say, or if I say industries, everywhere some some meters are there to record the amount of power consumed. So it is very important so that the demand can be continuously fulfilled. Okay, so this is an example. Why is it required? Similarly, now to measure the current, what we require an instrument called ammeter. Ammeter measures current. Then voltmeter, it measures voltage. So all these things are very important to measure the value of voltage, current, or any other parameter. So for all this, we require instruments, and to measure the particular quantity, we need measurement. So measurement and instrumentation becomes very essential subject. Okay, so this subject is included in the BTech curriculum in the second year because it is at a very basic level. So uh, the students will learn how to uh, use instruments, that they will learn in practical, but how this, what is the working principle of the instruments, that is very important, so that uh, to improve it, or if some defect is there, if I want to repair it, then I will have to know what is the fault inside, right? So that will only be known if I know the construction, otherwise it will not be known. So this subject becomes hence very important. So this was the importance of the subject. Next very important thing is why this subject is very important for BTech student is this is a very important subject for GATE. I hope everybody is aware of what is GATE. For that is a graduate aptitude test that is conducted to go for higher studies or to get a job in nowadays a job in PSUs. So that is very important. So a number of questions come from this subject in GATE exam also. So that way also this subject becomes very important. Okay, so this is all about the importance of this subject. I hope students will learn the subject. So next I will go to the outcomes. Now what is the outcome? After the completion of the subject, it is assumed that the students can understand the operating principle of electrical and electronic measurement instruments. Now there are two types of instruments, electrical instruments and electronics instrument. Uh, so both has to be studied by BTech student of electrical and electronics. Okay. So what is the working principle of that particular instrument, of any particular instrument, is taught in this subject, and it is expected that the students will understand the operating principle of the instruments. Next is to identify the identify and measure various physical parameters using approximate measuring instrument. As I told you, how to use the instrument is also very important. So which instrument is required for measuring which quantity, that will also be known to the students once they have taken this course and completed the course. They will also learn how to identify a particular measuring instrument. Then various other physical parameters, how to measure them, that will also be known to them. Measure various electrical parameters, yes, by using the instruments they can know how to measure, what is the method of measuring. Just connecting, just simply by using an ammeter we cannot measure, right? We need ammeter will help in measuring, but there is a complete circuit which is used, which will be there to measure energy, which will be there to measure power or current or voltage. So how to measure various parameters, that will be also known. Understand statistical data analysis and computerized data acquisition. Here one topic is also included to understand the statistical data analysis. For that, statistical data analysis is also being taught in this subject. So it is assumed that the student will understand all these things, and computer data acquisition also. Now what is the prerequisite of this subject? It is Basic electrical engineering is very important because all those basic things of electrical engineering which are already taught in the first year are very important, are prerequisites of this particular subject. Okay, now I'll move on to course content. The subject, it is divided into total of, just a minute, total of 4 modules. Okay, this course contain of 4 modules. So here in the first module, measurements is discussed. In measurements, what are the different types of instruments, the classification of instrument and the different characteristics of instruments are discussed. Then statistical analysis is taught in the first module itself, okay, so that it can be used in the upcoming modules. Next, basics of analog meters, general features, the construction principles, moving coil, the different types of analog meters that are taught. Then different types of other instruments, electrodynamometer, induction type, electrostatic type, thermoelectric type, all these types are also taught in this subject, in this particular module. Then another important instrument is galvanometer, the principle of galvanometer, operating principle, and the again construction that is taught. Advantages, disadvantages of each and every instruments are taught in this subject. Then instrument come to let us come to module 2. In module 2, instrument transformer is there. The instrument transformer, it is a very important instrument which is used in substations. Okay, it has got many functions. So what are the advantages of these instruments, what is the principle of operation of this instrument, all these things are discussed in module 2. Okay, then measurement of power, this is again very important, how to measure power, which instrument is used for measuring power, and advantage of this instrument, again operating principle and characteristics of the instrument will also be taught. Then measurement of energy, then which instrument is used for measuring energy, the construction of that instrument, theory, operating principle related to that, and different methods of testing is also discussed. Now let us come to module 3. Now in module 3 there are different types of measurements done, like measurement of resistance, measurement of capacitance, inductance. All these things are taught in this third module. For this, different type of bridge circuits are used. Bridge circuits are used for AC bridges are also there, DC bridges are also there. So for measurement of inductance, capacitance, frequency, AC bridges are used, and for the other one, DC bridges are used for the measurement of resistance. Then what are the different instruments used for resistance, measurement of resistance, that will also be taught. Okay, so all these things are taught in the third module. Now come to module 4. In module 4 again, a very important device which is known as cathode ray oscilloscope, or in short we say CRO is discussed. So basic concept of measurement of voltage, current, frequency, all these things will be taught. Then frequency limitations, what are the limitations of CRO, and other, how to overcome those things, those things are also taught. And few electronic instruments are discussed. Electronic instruments, like the as the course goes on, you will understand what is the difference between analog and digital meter. So in analog, voltmeter is also there, ammeter is also there, but they same meters are also in the form of digital devices, so that is also there. So basic concept of digital voltmeter is discussed, resolution and sensitivity of digital meters. All these things will be discussed in the fourth module, that is the last module of the particular subject. And also, yes, a very brief introduction of sensors and transducers are done. What is the use of LVDT, and what are the things, instruments used to measure temperature, all those things are also taught. Then flow measurement using magnetic flow measurement, that is also taught. So these are the various things, various topics which will be covered in this entire syllabus of measurement and instrumentation. Okay, it is a bit lengthy subject, a bit theoretical as well. So it will take some time because explanation of each and every instrument takes time, so it may take some time. That is why I think many number of course, you can see there are so many lectures allotted to this subject, 4 lectures for this, 6 for this, 2 for this, like this days are divided. Okay, so many lectures are required for the completion of the entire course. uh, okay, now next move on to the textbooks. Yes, what this is very important, which textbooks will you follow for this subject. This is very nice book, A Course in Electrical and Electronic Measurement and Instrumentations, AK Shani. This book is very nice, you can follow this. Then basically we follow the first one, otherwise you can go for any other book, no problem. Okay, these are the textbooks, and these are the reference books which are discussed here. Sensors and transducers, digital instrumentation, modern electronic instrumentations and measuring instruments. Then instrument transducer, for each and every topic, different topics, different books are mentioned here. So it's up to you which book you want to follow, but I will suggest the first one, the book by A.K. Shawnee. That book is mainly followed by everybody. So this book is very nice. You can follow each and every topic which I whatever is there in the subject. Everything is included in this book. So you can go for this book. Okay. So this was the a brief introduction about the entire syllabus of measurement and instrumentation. I hope in the upcoming lectures I'll discuss the topics. I hope you get interest, you find interest in the subject, and try to complete the course. Okay. So I'll stop here. I will start the first module in the upcoming lecture. Thank you very much.